A hard-working single dad struggled every day to provide a better future for his young daughter. He repaired old vehicles at a tiny neighborhood garage, earning just enough to cover rent and school expenses. Despite financial hardships, he never complained because he believed determination and honesty would eventually create opportunities beyond anything he could imagine someday. One Saturday morning, while visiting a local junkyard searching for affordable spare parts, he noticed a dusty old car hidden beneath torn tarps. The faded vehicle looked abandoned for decades, covered with rust and broken glass. Curious, he asked about it and learned the owner wanted only $100 to remove it forever. Most people laughed when they saw him buying such a worthless automobile. Neighbors joked that even the scrapyard had made a profit from the deal. Friends warned him he had wasted precious money his family desperately needed. Still, the single father smiled quietly, believing every forgotten machine deserved one final chance before being abandoned forever. Among those mocking him was a wealthy businesswoman who frequently visited nearby luxury dealerships. Watching the old car being towed away, she laughed openly and questioned how anyone could believe such rusted metal possessed any value. Her friends joined the laughter, convinced the struggling mechanic had made the worst financial decision of his life. Ignoring every insult, the father carefully transported the neglected vehicle to his small garage. He spent hours cleaning dirt, removing rust, inspecting hidden components, and documenting unusual factory markings. While others saw worthless scrap, he noticed rare engineering details, suggesting the automobile carried a remarkable history, waiting patiently to be discovered beneath years of neglect. His young daughter eagerly helped after school by cleaning interior panels and organizing old parts. Together, they uncovered original badges, handwritten inspection marks, and a faded serial number hidden beneath decades of paint. Every discovery increased the father's curiosity because the vehicle appeared far more unusual than anyone initially believed from its damaged appearance alone. Instead of replacing original parts with modern alternatives, he carefully restored every surviving component. He repaired the engine, rebuilt the suspension, polished forgotten chrome, and preserved authentic craftsmanship. Every decision reflected respect for history rather than speed or profit. His daughter proudly watched the forgotten automobile slowly regain the dignity it once possessed decades earlier. 5 days after purchasing the vehicle, the father proudly parked it outside his garage. Although not completely perfect, the car now looked elegant and mechanically healthy. Curious neighbors gathered around, surprised by the remarkable transformation. Even those who previously mocked him admitted the forgotten automobile looked far more impressive than they had ever expected possible. That same afternoon, an internationally respected racing legend unexpectedly stopped outside the garage while traveling through town. Spotting the restored vehicle from the road, he immediately recognized several unique design features almost nobody else noticed. Excited, he asked permission to inspect the automobile personally, while photographers and curious spectators gathered around, watching every remarkable moment unfold. The racing legend carefully examined hidden identification numbers, factory welds, engine castings, and handcrafted interior details. After several thoughtful minutes, he smiled confidently before announcing the unbelievable truth. The forgotten automobile represented an extremely rare prototype connected to an early racing development program, with only one verified survivor remaining anywhere in private ownership worldwide today. Everyone standing nearby fell completely silent. The wealthy woman who mocked the purchase stared in disbelief while the mechanic remained speechless. He had simply trusted his instincts and respected forgotten craftsmanship. Never once had he imagined the dusty $100 automobile possessed extraordinary historical significance, capable of astonishing collectors and professional racing enthusiasts around the world. The racing legend explained that museums and private collectors had searched unsuccessfully for this specific prototype many years. Historical records listed it as permanently lost after an experimental racing program ended unexpectedly. Its rediscovery represented one of the greatest automotive finds in modern collector history, because authentic documentation remained remarkably complete despite decades of neglect and abandonment. Without hesitation, the racing legend offered $5 million to purchase the restored automobile immediately. Gasps spread through the crowd as everyone realized the astonishing value hidden beneath ordinary appearances. The businessman who owned nearby luxury dealerships stood speechless, while the woman who mocked the mechanic quietly lowered her eyes, embarrassed by earlier assumptions. The father paused before accepting the extraordinary offer. He looked toward his smiling daughter, remembering every struggle they had overcome together. Money certainly promised a brighter future, yet he appreciated the unforgettable journey restoring the automobile more than the unexpected fortune. The experience proved faith, patience, and perseverance often produced rewards impossible to predict beforehand. Finally, he accepted the generous offer after ensuring the racing legend planned to preserve the vehicle instead of hiding it inside a private warehouse forever. The collector promised the automobile would appear at museums, educational exhibitions, and historic racing events, allowing future generations to appreciate its remarkable engineering and fascinating story for many years ahead. The generous payment transformed the single father's life completely. He expanded his small garage into a respected restoration workshop where young mechanics learned traditional craftsmanship alongside modern techniques. Most importantly, his daughter received every educational opportunity she had ever dreamed about, inspiring her to pursue engineering without financial worries, limiting her ambitions or future possibilities. The wealthy woman later visited the workshop privately, sincerely apologizing for mocking his decision. She admitted judging people by appearances instead of recognizing determination and hidden potential. The father accepted her apology graciously, explaining everyone makes mistakes. True character, he believed, appears through humility, kindness, and the willingness to learn from personal failures with honesty. News organizations, automotive magazines, and television programs soon shared the inspiring story worldwide. Millions admired the humble mechanic who transformed a forgotten $100 purchase into one of history's most valuable automotive discoveries. His remarkable journey reminded people everywhere that extraordinary opportunities often remain hidden beneath ordinary appearances, waiting patiently for someone willing to believe when others only laugh. Years later, visitors entering the father's successful restoration center found one meaningful message displayed above the entrance. It read, "Never judge value by appearance alone." Every customer understood those simple words, reflected the unforgettable lesson behind the $100 car that changed one family's future forever and inspired countless dreamers across the world.